Hey kids, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I thought I was going to talk about a lot of things in the recent time, but yeah, things happen, time passed, and I've been busy with other projects, so it's all good, really. I've kind of contemplated a few things about borderline and where it came from, and the aspect of trauma. It's supposedly one of the most important aspects when it comes to explaining, and I think it's true. I really do. And trauma is often explained as, one single event, one really bad thing that wounds you mentally. And yeah, that's not easy always to pinpoint. That's been my problem. I don't think my trauma is a single event. I think it is a series of events happening at a duration of time, really. That is my trauma. And I think this has happened more than once. So yeah, I think that's those things that affected it mostly. I think that I'm actually as good as I can get now. That is also good. It didn't cause any permanent harm, I think. If it did, it is something lurking that I can't really notice right now. I felt okay. I've said this many times in the last few videos. I feel really okay. There are things that happen that been hard and so on. I lost my cat. I struggle with seeing the point in many things, depression-like things. But the things that defined my borderline, I don't see it anymore. It's like it's not there. That's a good thing. Traumas, yeah. Are they what? I mean, the thing I think that is difficult about traumas is that there's a saying, the old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I can't remember where it came from. It's probably some ancient Greek or Roman, more likely. Regardless, I think that quote bears some truth, but it also is a lot of, crap from a time where we didn't really understand how the human mind worked. We thought in the past that the human mind was basically this super human organ that sure, it could take a beating, but it always bounced back, and it bounced back stronger. We know now that's not the case. We know now there are organic changes in the human mind, human brain from time to time. Traumas can cause that. Depression can cause that. You can get schizophrenia. You can get a lot of things that causes that. So we know it's not that easy. But of course, if you look at the human mind from a non-biological point, more like this soul-like point, it makes some sense, because then trauma is an experience. Then trauma is something you can build upon and learn from. And that, I think, can be true. But you got to learn the difference. You got to understand that The human mind can be biologically, organically altered by effects happening to you. It is not an invincible thing. It is basically the same discussion you can see with people who refuse to believe that humans can affect the climate of the earth. Of course we can. Nothing is impossible to affect unless the scale of it is substantially bigger than us, and neither the planet is, or definitely not the human mind. The human mind is created, through a process of things that happens to you over your life, and it is susceptible to input when it builds its foundation. And in that process, it's quite obvious that it's susceptible to bad things as well. Organic damage, we can call it. A simplified term, but I think you know what I mean. So no, the old saying isn't very good because it needs a caveat. Sometimes what doesn't kill you doesn't make you stronger. It makes you scarred. It makes you traumatized. It makes you function less. You lose cognitive abilities, or at least levels. You have sometimes more problem with some, other things you could easily do in the past, like remembering things, like interacting socially. You can get anxiety. You can get a lot of things that remind of things like Alzheimer's and stuff. Actually, dementia. You can get these things. Well, you can obviously get these things because they exist. People know about them. So I'm just pointing out, you can also get these similar things through trauma and through bad mental health. So the saying has its merits, for sure, when you look at the mind as something like a soul, like a ethereal thing. But it's not that easy. And you have to be mindful of this. You have to, be aware that sometimes things never heal, never become better. They are there permanently. Sometimes it's basically like losing a leg. You become handicapped, and you have to learn to live with this. And you will lose abilities, and sure, you might strengthen other abilities in the process. But when you lose cognitive abilities, I argue that is very often a lot harder to work around than when you lose a physical ability. A physical ability, a physical handicap is hard. I'm not being, disrespectful in any way towards those. But a mental handicap that you haven't had before, I argue that's actually way harder in most cases. So, yeah. Be careful with your mind, and try to just, ignore people who say these things, because I think they mean well, of course, and as I said, they might to some extent be correct, but if you fail to live up to this, it's not because you are doing anything wrong. It's because it's not that simple. Anyways, as per usual now, I'm putting putting out a disclaimer there that I'm not a medical professional. I am not in any way licensed to practice medicine, and you should always consult a professional if you're feeling down or suffering from depression or suspect having any other form of mental health issues. That is the correct thing to do, and I'm just pointing it out to please the algorithms. It's a very nice, beautiful summer's day here in Sweden. I'm actually hiding here under the tree because of the heat, and yeah, I hope you're all doing really okay, and let me know in the comments your experience with people and using this classical phrase of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And until the next video, have a good one.